What's going on, folks? As you'll see, I had a little nicker. I took a little doozy right here on the head. I was trying to balance the Tilt the G2X on the Ready Rig, and the whole thing just went boom right into my head. So all is well. You know, these are just ways that we learn, trials and tribulations. Today, I want to share with you guys an old Hollywood trick. Now, if you are ever finding yourself in a super low budget situation where you're having to do some guerrilla style shooting at nighttime outdoors, we're talking night exterior shots here, and you don't have any permits, so you can't throw up any light stands or can't even drop a tripod down if you live in LA, because as soon as anything touches the ground, you're pretty much going to get a fine. So you have to keep everything limited to handheld, Glidecam, Steadicam, gimbal shots, things of that nature when you're stealing shots outdoors. So what can you do when you have to work completely off of the practicals of the street lights or any kind of lights in your night exterior shots? Well, one simple solution is the old Hollywood trick called the wet down. Now, pretty much what you can do is you just drench the surfaces. And by doing that, you just add way more dynamic to your shot. Basically, it just takes any surface, any black concrete, any gray concrete, and just adds light to those sources. The light is just being reflected around by the water. And it just, I mean, you can go from a blasé shot to something with, whoa, it just looks like it has way more production value, and all you did is throw water on it and just drench the surfaces, walls, any kind of shiny metal, you know, handrails, the ground, especially the pavement, black pavement, gray pavement, just drench it. And even when you show up, do a quick location scout. Maybe you have to reblock based on where you see the light falling. Okay, the light's falling over here on the ground, throw water right here, you know, just throw water around. And you'll see it all the time. I got inspired by this when I was watching the pilot episode for a new HBO show called Euphoria. And there's two big exterior night shots where the ground is soaked. However, it never once rained. So you don't even have to justify it. I think maybe they put some sound effects of rain in the deep, but you never saw the rain. No characters ever were wet. Just for no reason, the ground is just soaked. And it's just an old Hollywood trick. And they just bring in big water trucks and they just drench the shit out of the concrete. And it just brings a shot to, okay, to like, whoa, you know, there's just way more light being reflected around. Well, you get better saturation levels. Just everything goes from like a 5 to a 10 and like that. So what I did, I went and picked up my actor buddy, Sammy Anderson. He works on a lot of feature films here in the LA area. This is his Instagram handle if you're interested in checking out his work. And I just had him help me out acting in a little scene. And I went and got a big ass long hose and attached it to another big ass long hose and went in our back alleyway and had a little bazooka sprayer attachment for the hose and just went to town drenching our alleyway. The neighbors even came out and dumped more water, so they helped out too. And then when we went into our back area of our building, I just drenched everything, the walls, the handrails, everything. You know, it sets tone, especially in our alley. It's kind of grimy, had that dead end sign. So I said, okay, yeah, this is cool. You know, I had Sammy bring all dark clothing. He's got long hair, had a hoodie on, you know, and kind of helps sell tone as well. So here's a little micro video I put together just to show you guys the benefits of using the wet down. you go, guys. I hope you find that beneficial. And I know what you're saying, like, hey, Justin, man, that's great, but you know, what if we're not doing it in our backyards? What if we don't have access to a hose? Well, you know, there's plenty of ways to do it. It's water, you know, just even if you had each of your crew members bring 2 gallons of water, you're gonna have water. You know, you may be sparing, and you may have to really look at where the light's hitting, make sure you get the water all in the right areas, and as soon as you drench it, make sure you're ready to go. You already have all your settings dialed in on your camera, everything's set, actors are ready, because that water's not gonna last long, especially if you're kind of limited on the amount you have. So throw it on the ground and shoot, shoot, shoot. Home Depot sells like the backpack water carriers. You know, they're made for like bug sprayer guys or for DIY home and garden guys. They're like 10-gallon backpacks and just, and it's got a pretty good sprayer on it, and you just spray it around, spray it on metal surfaces. You know, just get creative. And it's you know, you're talking about a little bit of tiny money that's gonna make your scenes look a little bit more like, you know, a little bit higher production value. You're gonna see a lot more interesting little tests like this, lens tests and different various lighting tests and things of that nature, because I finally booked my first feature as a director of photography. It's a B horror film, and we're gonna be shooting in November, and there's a few little B actors already attached to it, and the director has already got a couple movies on Amazon Prime, so it's already set in the can. I'm pretty excited about it, and so leading up to that, this channel is gonna get pretty interesting, not to mention when we're actually shooting the feature, we're gonna be documenting all that. And like I said before, this channel is more of like an online virtual journal of my journey, so it's going to get a little bit more interesting as we go along. I put some things up about this little setup here with my Blackmagic on the community tab if you subscribe to the channel, and not a lot of people are digging what I've done here, but I'm going to adjust the exposure so we can take a little peek at this real quick. This is what I've done here. This is pretty interesting. A lot of people think this is a little crazy. It is a little crazy, but for the time being, I've kind of changed the way where I mount my V-mount. So instead of it being up here, people have mentioned, like, why are people blocking the back of the Blackmagic? People say, get a Shinobi. Well, I have a Shinobi. Pretty much almost all of my videos feature the Shinobi. So if you're telling me to get the Shinobi, I'm gonna take a guess that you've never seen any of my videos. But yeah, you know, sometimes, you know, that's fine. Yeah, the Shinobi's good and all, but you still need to see this to dial in the settings and everything. So what I've done, I've kind of concocted this crazy platform for the camera to sit on, and in a way to put the QR plate on here. So for now, that's just thought maybe I'd get a worldwide view on this. Your thoughts on this? Now, a lot of my subscribers think I'm nuts, which I am. I am borderline crazy. So, but for now, we're kind of just rocking it like this. And it's fairly easy to just take it off and swap out the V-mount. And pretty much all you have to do, this just slides forward, and that comes right off, and now I can take off the V-mount, and I still have the, let me take this off for you real quick. And this is like the base. See, I just needed a QR plate to go under the whole rig here. So I don't know, it's a little nuts. Let me know your thoughts on that. Like you know, this channel is just an ongoing experiment, you know, with my journey as a filmmaker. So there's always different crazy things going on here. So yeah, other than that, hit me up with any ideas for future videos. We got some really interesting things coming along. And for now, as always, that's a wrap.